Okay, we're here at image stabilization for the Leica X1, and this is only from what I read, but what I read was the image stabilization works this way. Of course, sorry, let me backtrack here. There's no optically stabilized lens on this camera. There's no sensor-based stabilization on this camera. So, what I've read, what they've done is when you're shooting, it takes two photos, one right after another, and it blends those two somehow to create a stabilized picture. I don't know how it works. I haven't tested it. Perhaps in a few more reviews with a little more use of the camera, I will spend some time testing that and I'll report back to you. Preset film mode. Okay, there's 5 different choices: standard, vivid, natural, black and white natural, and black and white high contrast. Okay, sharpening, you have some choices for sharpening. 5 choices from low up to high. Same with saturation, low to high. And contrast, low up to high. External viewfinder I do have off. I haven't come across one in stock anywhere yet, but as soon as I do, I will pick one up and put it on there. So I have it set to off right now. Flash sync, first curtain, second curtain, or like it calls it, start or end of exposure. The monitor brightness, 5 different levels. There's actually not much change from lowest to high. I do leave it in standard. I haven't had any problems with it in standard mode. Let's see, the histogram, image reset, auto review time. You can set how long you feel like reviewing the images. Power off, power settings, color space. You have the typical 2 sRGB and Adobe RGB. Date time, shutter volume. This camera does have a very quiet shutter, and that's a benefit in every possible way. You can turn off the simulated shutter volume, or you have a choice from low to high. I have it in low right now. The acoustic signal has something to do with the key clicking and the volume of the key clicking that you might hear. I'm not a big fan for click 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 sounds every time I press a button back here, and it would probably drive you crazy on this video anyway. I do have it off. Languages, that probably covers a couple billion people, so you've got your choice of languages there, and the manuals also come in several languages, the instruction manuals. Rotate, HDMI, there is an HDMI port here on the side, and I think I noted in the other review that this set does not come with an HDMI cord. Instead, it comes with the standard USB plug-in here. Okay. Protect images, copy. The camera has 50 megabytes of built-in storage space, which at full resolution with DNG files lets you capture 2 photos. That's what I've found so far. But if you find that you're in a pinch for whatever reason, you don't have a SD card, you can shoot JPEG only, in a lower JPEG and a smaller resolution, and you might be able to fit 30 photos on there. The copy is to let you copy from the internal memory onto an SD card. Format the card. The review on this camera, on this Leica X1, is based on firmware version 1.0. And user profiles, we have 3 different profiles that can be set. The factory setting, or factory reset, I should say, is towards the bottom there. I did like some of my Canon gear, the fact that it had a profile set on one of the knobs, that I could save a profile to one of the knobs, and my GX200 has it and all. But I definitely respect Leica's vision here in keeping this camera simple. That is one of the reasons I was attracted to it. It's a very good looking camera physically, besides the excellent shooting capabilities. It looks very good, and the reason it looks very good is because it doesn't have an ISO knob and several preset modes up here. It has a aperture dial, it has a shutter speed dial, and a release, and there's a flash there. It is very simple. So it is at the bottom if you want to preset some different profiles, have at it, but you do have to get to it through the menu system. And I'm sure you could probably work that out within a couple days use to get to it pretty quickly.